right. Daily candle close. Welcome to March. Welcome to March 6th, 2019. Daily candle close. Always the most exciting time of the day. 6 minutes to close. Don't mind the coffee. I'm a little extra tired. Okay, so what do we got going on? To all my friends out there in YouTube world, Twitch world, streaming world, and watching it later than today world, recap world. Thank you so much. All right, so we could see. Whoa, yeah, can't have any of that. Loud things are happening. All right, so let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay, so we can see so far very little trading has happened, at least from open to close. We're not closed yet, so still waiting to close the candle, but 0.05% so far. So a difference from open to close plus $2, just two. It's one plus one. $2. All right, let's zoom in a little bit onto the 1, 5, and 15-minute charts. Sort of tell the story of what happened so far today. We see a large spike up top here. We actually hit 39 at one point today. So I think it was 39.01, and just gotta let the cursor wake up over here. All right, so our high on the 15 chart, which will more than likely be the high for the daily, unless we see something crazy, would be 39.01. So you can see the large trading that happened up this way, and there should be fairly decent trading that happened down below to give us the doji. But it looks like, I don't know, 38.10. I gotta let that, still gotta sort of load a little bit there. It's still confused. All right, so we got some people here. All right, Snow, I'm on my second coffee. Ricky Thompson, hello. Where are you having coffee? Sorry, I won't text you again. You're Snow. You are funny. All right, so let's see. Lady Jane, hello. At home, Ricky, it's morning here. Marvin D, hello. Where in the world? Ricky wants to know. Australia. She's still sleeping. It's snow out my window right now. Vancouver. All right, Vancouver. All right, so we got some extremes here. We got some warm temperature days. We got some cold temperature days. Hopefully everybody is at least healthy, if nothing else. All right. So what do we got? We got two. Yeah, we got two. We got 2 minutes to close this thing out. All right. Very cool. Let's go back to the daily real quick so we can look at a few things. And then, like always, we'll close the candle out. We'll review it for a minute. And then we'll see what kind of moved around today. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys got yourselves into a couple good trades. That would be great. And, we'll take a look at a few things. All right, so like we talked about the other day, breaking through the range was nice. Coming down and retesting it would be expected, right? So this is what happened. All right, so no surprise here. Shouldn't be any surprise here by anybody. We did finally retest the 618, right? So we did want to do that. We wanted to get up over this candle, test that 618, so get above 38.97. So we did that. We tested it, failed, came back down, basically right back to where we opened up. So not much has happened. $2. $2. Okay, so back on this chart, what do we got? We got 48 seconds. 48 seconds to close that candle out. We can see the extremes on the 15, just the push down, a big push up, and it was instantly rejected. Came all the way back down. Still a good high for the day, sitting at 38.70, but weren't able to hold that very long before coming back down. So nothing, too crazy here. A lot of back and forth. Overall, from the big jump up, you're still making higher lows. But now with this, I guess you could say you're making, well, I mean, you could technically say you're making higher highs, but it got eat up so quick that I don't think we're really gonna go for that. Okay, and boom, there we go. All right, so we have our official candle. So let's get out of this one, because if I do that, I could try to save a little memory. You know what I'm saying? So let's get rid of this, and here we are. So we have officially painted our candle. Let's talk about it. Opened at 38.46.50. We hit a high of 39.01. We hit a low of 38.10.50. We closed at 38.49, so it's plus $2.50. So very, very, very boring. In fact, we've almost already traded in the first minute more than we closed, open to close. All right, so we're at 0.06, and we're currently at 0.05. I did want to, I knew why I don't normally close that, because I do like to see the volume. I like to see the buying and the selling that come in, within the first 5 minutes or so of the candle close, and of course we missed it, so it's okay. It's all right. Now the whole candle itself, let's see, was approximately $90, right? 2.36%, give or take. So again, it's very similar to these guys where, if you were intraday trading, there was a lot going on. You saw these big moves up here. But if you come back in retrospect, from open, really not much happened, right? So an absolute doji. Could call it a spinning top, but it doesn't have the body for it. So just a doji. We have a little bit of trading down below and a little bit of trading down above, but the actual open to close is very, very close to each other. 0.06%. I think we'll let that fly. So what happens now, right? Overall volume is still down. 1, 2, 3. When you see a big move up and then you see the next move, lower volume and sideways, usually that gives indication that this was like a one and done type thing. So we can imagine more sideways and maybe a retest down below of this blue triangle, right? If it's going to go to the bearish side, I think we talked about this last time, but you could retest this triangle, you could retest 37.24, and you could retest the 382, which is like 36.85. These would all be areas of support. I say that and buy-ins coming in, right? So we're up $10. Now to the upside, this is the first hurdle, the 618, 38.97. You got to get up over that plus this accumulation zone. So you do need to get up over that zone, work yourself past the 786 to the 41.44 historical levels, where we can start getting into the idea of, okay, we're going to challenge this move up here, which in turn is going to challenge the new trend that we drew using these highs, using this right here. All right, so that's that. Let's scope what moved today. Let's talk about what moved. All right, so what do we got here? We're Amsterdam, beautiful Florida. Sherry, nice to have you. Lady James from Germany. All right, fantastic. I didn't trade yesterday. My G-Byte was pulling back. Of course, within the first minute. Here it comes. Let's get that G-Byte chart up. We need to take a look at that. Let's take a look. See what's shaking over here. All right, so we have the top of this ascending triangle What we want to do is to break up and over it, come back down, retest it, and then come back up for another big move. All right, so we're still within this little channel. So if you play parallel channels or ranges, you've had a couple breakaways, but they were all false breakaways. This just looks like another false breakaway. So it's no problem. You're back into the channel. Expect support down in this area, right? Down in this zone over here. And expect resistance back up at top again in this ballpark. All right, so as long as you're within this triangle, expect it to hold for now. Also within this inner channel, the green to green, expect that channel to at least add some sort of reaction to a bigger move. Now, volume has increased over the last few days since it has since January 20th, it looks like, 19th. Very low volume for this whole range until just the other day when it started to show interest. Right, so that's good. You definitely want people trading it. You had a couple big moves over here, and that was a nice push up. Again, just not able to capitalize on it, not able to hold it. Still, at the end of the day, you are making higher lows. All right, so it's a higher high, a higher high, a higher high, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. So you're still in a trend. It's a local uptrend. It's nothing crazy, but it's a very slow grind getting to where it needs to get to. So, you know, not overly concerned with this, but G-Byte does look like it did find might probably get rid of these. But it does look like it did find resistance within the pattern. You know, if we hit the 1, we can sort of see how that all played out. And yeah, you had big volume come in on the 1 hour chart, smashed through it, came down for a retest, almost looked like it had it for a minute, and then just trickled down and failed. Came down to the next level, came back, retested, failed, tested again, failed, tested again, failed, and now we're down here. All right. Now we are at a previous structured low on the 1 hour. I wouldn't hold too much weight on that. Like trend would dictate, would expect it down in this ballpark. So, you know, some point in the next few days. All right, unless something, you know, out of the norm happens and it wants to make another run at it. But we can see the up, down, right? We see the up, down. We see the up, down. There's no reason why this should be any different. But it may be. It may be. So keep the ears up and keep them on alert, just in case. All right, there you go, Snow. You got your G-Byte. All right, Soren. Excited to be here. Excited to have you here. Wallbanger, what's going on? The Wabi call this morning was brilliant. Too bad I missed out. Can't let that happen again. Thousands of trades out there, man. Thousands of trades, Wallbanger. Don't worry about it. You miss one here, you miss one there. No big deal. Sorry I cannot send private messages chat. They took that option away during the last update. That's weird. There's always Twitter sitting out for a while then. Okay. Yeah. If you're only longing G-Byte, I would imagine you are gonna want to stay out just for a little bit. Keep an eye on it. See if you here's what you can do. Look for this level to hold. All right. Look for that to hold. This will give a little bit more relevance to the smaller trend of the lower highs. Okay, so if you can hold this level, 880, 942. If you can hold 880, 942, you're in good shape. All right. The other level here that makes some difference is this guy, but we can already see we've hit it. You know, we've hit it. Haven't come back to do anything with it and haven't been able to spring off of it. But this is another indication of previous structure highs coming in off of this zone, finding some type of resistance to push it back down before the big move up. All right, so this is similar to, you know, it's just like a micro ABCD, but it's still nonetheless, it's valid. It's a level that hit. All right. So you can keep your eyes on those levels for support. If they fail, okay, then look for support down somewhere on the actual pattern. And of course, like we always say, if it breaks through, expect a retest and then further downside. Same thing with the upside. If it breaks through, a retest, further upside. All right. So I hope that helps. All right. So yes, Wabi. We just talked about Wabi. Wabi. Yes, Wabi is looking good. All cylinders are firing green. All right, 38 up, 23 down in the last 24 hours of trading. Let's take a look at Wabi BTC. Okay, so I think we were looking at, doing the breakout play here. So this is perfect, right? This is perfect. Here's what we got. Breakout play. Pushed up, found resistance, top of range, came down. We wanted to buy to 618. Didn't quite hit the 618. That's why we stack our orders. We got a 5, 618, and a 786. So that's good. You're in on the 5. Smash up through, right? This is the important part. You smash up through here, bang it up. You basically get a 1-for-1 out of the deal before you start retracing. So if we look at the 4-hour, we should be able to see a closer view at what happened, right? There was that first, there was another test, and then you smash through it. Right? That's what you like to see, is sort of like get a warm up, like, hey, I'm coming, and then a good smash, a good breakthrough. This is your retest candle. Now again, this is on the 4-hour. We like to see it on a daily, but we'll take 4 if we have to. So that's your push up. This is your next high. That's a breakdown back to the level. Another push up, and then bang, you had your big candle, right? So this huge candle here, 20% candle, that's awesome. So if you did get in on that, congratulations. That's a fantastic play. We can take our new level and get some ideas for where we might be able to re-enter. So I think Ricky was saying you wanted to re-enter, or you missed it, or something like that, right? So if you miss it, here's what you look. Now you're in trend, all right? Now we just broke out of range. So now it's, as a trend trader, you could be very comfortable buying pullbacks, right? So you want to buy a pullback. So here's the big move, right? This is the last move, local bottom to the high, all right? Big move down. Now, we don't know previous moves. We'll have to measure it throughout. But ballpark, and I know it's a big park, but ballpark is this, right? 382 to the 618. That's ballpark buying area on pullbacks. Crypto is a bit deep with the 618s, where traditional markets, they might pull back to the 382 and everybody's happy and everybody's buying again, and the cycle continues. Crypto cuts a little deeper. 618 retrace is not out of the realm of possibility, not to mention 786 and 886s, right? We've seen retraces down that far. So I would imagine if you stacked orders again, you stack a 382, a 5, a 618, ballpark area, you'll probably get something hit. This is another level to be cautious, not cautious, another level to have in your head, right? Coming back and retesting that little high right there, that's not out of the realm of possibility. And coming all the way down to retest that range is still a possibility. But for now, I would say this would be a decent area for a pullback if you're looking to get back into that trade. Let's just scope the 1 hour. Yeah, all right. So 2 big moves in the last few hours. Okay, so again, nothing changes here. You can see this big move and a pullback, right? These little moves are just sort of stepping their way up. But another one, big move and a pullback. So if we wanted to, just to get an idea on the smaller scale, right, you take your bottom from the recent pullback to your high, and you see, where did it go? All right, just take a look. See the 618? I know it's hard to see. I'm so sorry. 618 right here. That's where it came down to. 618. All right. So we could do that all day long on all of these. So you just look for a move up and a move down. and just measure it. And if every time on that coin it comes down to the 618, then you could feel somewhat comfortable. It'll probably come down to the 618 again. What's this right here? This move, bang, 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 618. Okay, so that's why I try to tell people, you know, don't rush into the trade. Let it do its thing. You know, if we can reliably say or reasonably say that Wabi, for the most part, pulls back to the 618, and you were in this trade up until right now, you know, right now, you say, well, I want to keep holding it because it probably has further upside. I agree. It probably does have further upside. But wouldn't you want to sell, book profits, right, at the 5652 level, and then run the chance of rebuying at the 5099 level? Oh, it just makes sense to me. Remember, it's trading. Like, you're not trading if you're not actively doing something with it. I'm all for long-term trades, don't get me wrong, but we're not painting this out to be a long-term trade. If we were, we wouldn't be on the 1 hour chart looking for entries. All right. So for me personally, I would have taken this trade right down at that box down there, right? Hit the trade up, smash through a nice level right here. I'm okay with booking profits right here at the top of range. But, you know, we took it, smashed up. This is a much better view, by the way, of the breakout and retest. That's beautiful. And then a smash up. So when we hit the smash up zone, and once we start seeing selling come in, you know, we can reasonably say it might be safe to get rid of this for now and pick it up cheaper. We could take a look at RSI for confirmation. Right? We've clearly struck down. So we got a downward struck. This was your indication that we could be going up with your higher high. So this is all good. You know, I'd probably hit back to the 4. RSI still curled. I might check the 12. RSI still curled. And the big bad daddy 1 day still curled. All right. So all of those are indications that we should be seeing some downside within the next, you know, the next 24 hours of trading. We should see some selling. All right. Again, not financial advice, just, you know, just doing some charts, hanging with some friends. All right. But that would be my opinion, would be this zone is purchase zone with an emphasis on structure and coming back to this other candle. Where was it? I put it on here somewhere. Man, did I already lose it? I'm losing my mind. But that would be my zone. Now I can get rid of this guy here because we're cool on that for now. So we'll try to clean the chart up a little bit. We'll leave this over here as a previous entry just to give us some ideas. All right, so that's Wabi BTC. Wabi BTC. All right. Sitting out for a little while, and yes, thanks. We'll do BTG, Bitcoin Gold, USD. What do you think about Theta? Let's pull up BTG. BTG, what'd you say? USD, BTG, USD. And I guess we're going Finex. It's either that or just the representation. So we'll go Finex for now. What do I think about Theta? Let's take a look at Theta in just 1 second. Scarneck, my man. Yo, this dude reached out earlier today and had some really nice words to say. 1:13 a.m. in Europe. Good night, Scar. Thank you for coming out, buddy. Very much appreciated. Wallbanger, KNC. We'll take a look at KNC. Smash the like, guys. So nice. Herbert Garcia, hello. And Saint. Love seeing familiar names, man. That is so cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. That's awesome. All right, so we have Bitcoin Gold up here. We're going to talk about Theta. We're going to talk about KNC. And we'll see what happens after that. All right, so Bitcoin Gold on the daily chart pushed down below. This is our rising wedge. There's a rising wedge pattern. Just means you have large trading that gets condensed into a smaller and smaller and smaller trading. All the while, though, you are making higher lows and higher highs, right? So you're sort of pushing it into this apex over here where trading gets considerably less exciting but more volatile. All right, anyway, that's your brief explanation of a rising wedge. So you did break out. You went back for the retest right here, and you smashed through it. So now this is considered like a false breakout. Basically, it's like this trading never happened. All right, and you just continue in the pattern. That's all that is. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to continue in the pattern. The pattern right now is giving us this little push, and we need to get over this long-term trend. When I zoom out and you see where this red line comes from, you're going to lose your mind if we actually break out over it. All right, because it is a very, very, very long-term channel. I'm not joking. I'm still zooming out. Okay, that is what we're looking at. This is a very, very, very large channel that is kind of painting itself a falling wedge, because eventually, you know, in the year like whatever, it's actually going to have an apex. All right, but we're more concerned with the style of trading within the channel. Now you could draw another line here, that median line, which will connect this, this, and this, to give you an idea of median range. But what we're looking at is the overall high level, the low, tested back up, the low, tested the low again, found support. So we're pretty comfortable with this trend down here. And then we swung back up, found a lot of resistance along this leg. This is what painted our top channel candle. Came back down for a midline support test, pushed back up and got failure on historical support resistance, which is this right here. And now we're looking to officially break out of this mega trend, going back over a year ago to January 12th, 2018. All right, so there you go. That's that. We're still within the rising wedge. Expect heavy resistance as we try to cross over this long-term resistance. Now we're officially over it, and that's also based off of just how daily candles are charted. It didn't really have much choice. So why don't we check a 4-hour and just see what kind of activity did we have here. So once you broke back through, you can see the respect on the trend, right? It tried, it failed, tried, it found support, came back, broke up over here for a mini retest, broke through again, right? Now you're all over the apex, and now you're finding support on the actual trend line with selling coming in currently on the 4-hour candle. All right, so this is something that needs to be watched very closely, but again, as a breakout player, right, you're not really playing until you get the retest. So you're looking for that push, because otherwise, like many times before, it'll fail. And then when it does, you're looking at big losses that you can't get out of. So, you know, you have levels down here to respect. If you do drop out and lose it, you can't go lower than this breakout. Now you've set the precedence. Now you've... Presence? No. Now, I'm not going to worry about it. But now you've set this. If you break down lower, then you're going to paint yourself like a swing failure. Basically, it's going to, you know, look something like that. And you don't want to do that. That's the last thing you want to do right here. If you do that, then expect that, because then you're just continuing within this channel. All right? So that's BTG. Theta has been stealing hearts for the last month. Look at this chart. So Theta's been killing it, right? We're on the 4-hour chart. Let's swing to the daily real quick. Now, check. All right, so we talked about this cup and handle, right? And then we talked about the smaller cup and handle within the cup and handle, right? And then we talked the larger cup and handle, you know, within the bigger cup and handle. But then somebody asked me the other night, they said, well, what about like the big cup and handle? So what are you talking about? I said, this one right here. And I was like, oh, that one right there, huh? Now, here's the deal. The left side looks great. Then you had this area of range trading right here. And unfortunately, that sort of takes it away from being a somewhat legit cup and handle. The reason being, it doesn't have the rounded bottom, with a bottom towards the center and then a nice rounded top. Instead, it has a choppy bottom where your lowest low is far left. Then you had sideways range trading. Then you had this massive spike that ruins everything. And then you come down to like sort of continue the pattern. All right, so I said no, but it doesn't mean that it's, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Would be interesting to see. So if you're going to do a cup and handle from here, you got to take the low, take the high, right? And we'd be looking at like a 382 shallow retrace, which actually lines up to this current buy box. So as crazy as that may be, it's not that crazy after all. We could very well hit a shallow retrace 382 on the much, much, much bigger cup, okay? But what we are looking at currently is this cup and handle, because this is the one that's playing out right in front of our eyes. So, very nice. We were targeting the 5 and the 618. This is between, conservative and, slightly aggressive, at least for pullbacks. The 382 would have been the shallow. So, if you took the 382 trade like that, then you would have been in. If you took the 5, you probably got hit. I mean, you're literally right there. So this was our idea for retrace on the deep side. So it ended up doing that. Okay, not bad. So 3 targets with the handle retrace, and they're generally going to be, a shallow at 382, a mid at a 5, and a deep at a 618. All right, but it did hit it, so that's great. We're totally cool with that. And then we're pushing back up right now, which is awesome. So, if you're looking at possible gains here. Oh, I did that all wrong. That's all right. I got you. There you go. We'll do that. And then we do that. All right, so that's how that works. This is measured from the cup, right, from the pattern. So we're looking at the pattern that plays out, right? And then we end up pushing back through and up and over. So we can use this. Well, it's going to be different, though, because that was for the larger one. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. All right. Disregard everything I just said. That was if we played this large cup, and I'm not totally convinced that we can. All right, so I guess we're just looking at a standard pullback here. So let's take a look. Let me get rid of this junk for now. Clean this up. Let me clean this up. Okay, now let's do something a little bit better. And let's take a look. From the bottom of this move here, this guy right here, to the top of that move there. Again, we'd be looking 382 to 618. So, bang. That's what we got. All right, cool. Let's just put the 382 in there. There you go. All right. So that would have been your move up, right? And then from here, we're looking at resistance, top side, because of historical resistance back over in this zone. So we need to calculate some type of profit targets because Theta's getting a little, worn over here. It's made some huge moves. So what we can do is we could flip this over back on its head and say, well, this was our low. Let's swing up to the high, and let's see what the 1618 looks like. And that's this guy right here. So this is the first target from this move, down here up to here. But expect resistance right here. We don't know how it's going to react. All right, we don't know how it's going to react when we get back up here. So it's sort of like danger zone when it comes to trend trading, right? You trade the trend until the trend is no longer a trend. The trend can start showing weakness, hesitation, or sideways action, at that point you want to sort of get out of the trend. All right. So we'll see if it has any reaction here. Maybe it won't. If it doesn't, that's great. Now you're in discovery, all-time high zone, right? And I would be looking to make this my first stop. 46.29. Right, that's the 1618 from this move down here. Now, what's RSI telling? RSI wants another go. RSI is knocking at the door and looking for another go. All right, so overall, I mean, healthy, right? If you're in the trade, congratulations. If you're not in the trade and you're looking to jump in, you could look at resistance levels up here. If it reacts properly, you could hop in there. It's not like super too late to get in. This would just be an entry on the 5. Now we flipped it, so it's a little bit different. It's probably closer to the 382 zone. This should have been 382 to 618, so maybe around the 236. Not a great entry, and I wouldn't want anyone to FOMO in. So it's just an idea. If you see a little dancing around here and it still looks strong to the upside, then it's okay to grab a bite and set a stop somewhere down in this ballpark. All right, but that's not financial advice. Okay. All right. So let's see. And KNC, yeah. All right. Don't worry. I'm sliding back. All right. KNC BTC. Okay. Yeah. So we've talked about this. I don't think I've showed this chart before, but let's talk about it in a little bit of detail. This is the 4-hour chart. Looking for a few things here, right? We had a couple big moves, 1, 2, 3 higher lows outside of this larger symmetrical triangle, right? So we had a nice big move, but then we almost lost everything. Another nice big move, and then we lost about 50%. That was good. Came back down, failed to make a higher high, right? So swung back down. Now we did have this wick up here, but rejected by the symmetrical triangle, and all trading after that was selling, so we weren't concerned. Found support on the symmetrical triangle back up top. Failed to make a higher high. Came back for another good move. Again, failed to make a higher high. Found support down here and below again. Now we tested the symmetrical triangle pattern. Hit it up top. Failed. Came back down, but not too low. Back down a previous structure. And then pushed up and through it. We kind of got the retest. We wanted a little bit more of a retest, which is actually what we got right here. So sometimes on the retest, if you're like suspect on it, and you're like, wow, it's not really a retest, but it's pretty close. Yeah, that probably means we're actually going to retest it, right? And that's exactly what we did. So we pushed up, made this huge move, big candle, smashing the top. And then we set targets for buying back on the pullback of the bigger move. So this is the buyback zone. This is the retest zone. This is our buyback area. And this was buying back for further upside. So we're looking for upside on KNC. It's very, very, very slow. It is up from entry, but, really, I guess we entered right here. But really, for the most part, it's very boring. Nothing is happening here. This is on the 4-hour chart. Nothing's happening. I mean, we could swing to the daily, and it seems really dramatic, the sell-off. The buying was perfect, though. The entry was perfect. So we got to let it play out. That's all. This could take, another 2 weeks. This could take 4 weeks. It could take a long time. It could eventually fail. Stops are down in the red box. So something to monitor. Let's say that. All right. Let's see what we got here. You mentioned when using the scanner, you like picking coins over 20% peak gains. Suppose there are no coins. The best is 15. Do you wait, chart the best, and make a decision? I see 20 plus moves, and they're moving. That's a great question. Yeah, if I'm all right. So if I'm a let me answer this the best way I can. If I am a trend trader, I'm just hitting the D, and I'm looking for what's green. You know, I'm looking for what's trending. BNB, mostly green. LTC, mostly green. Theta, mostly green. Wabi, because I'm looking for trend, right? I'm looking for this to be in an uptrend, and then I'm setting up to buy a pullbacks, right? If I am a breakout player / trend trader or a pullback reversal trader, I'm looking for this. So peak gains, and I want to see something special. Now, when I do that, I do 72 hours. 24 is great, all right, but I like to do 72 on the peak gain move to let me know what moved over 20-25% and what's come down at least to an area of like 35% or so I could start speculating on the 382 for pullbacks. Your question is, if I don't see anything, do I play around with like the 16 or the 15? No, I don't. I don't. That's not what I'm looking. That doesn't meet my criteria for my trading strategy. So I don't. I can look at them and see what kind of trend they have. See if it's even interesting to mess around with. I don't love small cap coins to trade. Usually they're a little bit illiquid, and that's what the volume scanner now shows us, right? So the volume scanner with the liquid index gives us the idea of what do we want to trade, what don't we want to trade, am I going to get my orders filled? You know, and these are like scary as far as am I actually going to be able to get my order filled? You know, and if I can't, as a trader, if you can't get your stop order or your profit target filled, then you're in a death spiral. You might have got your entry, no problem, but if you can't get out of that trade, you are stuck holding it. And that is a scary situation because you can watch the price go down, 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 and try to get out, and you can't. No one's buying on the other side. So this is where the liquidity index comes in. You could say, like, all right, well, I'm not taking any via BTC, not on Binance. There's nobody trading it. How am I ever going to get out of this trade when I need to? You know, so there's nothing there. And you could sort this both ways, right? So on this section now, not enough information on brand new coins, right? So BTT, ONG, QSP, this could be legit. We'll have to take a look at that. But it did have trading come in. Only 41 Bitcoins of volume being traded. So like tiny, tiny, tiny volume. BTG, Decred, Ardar. I believe that's Ardar. XRP, ZEM. So, you know, very, very little as far as the liquid is concerned. Now, for some big stuff like, let's see, let's find Bitcoin on here. You'll see that with the amount of what's trading it's fine based off of the volume that's being traded, right? So look at Bitcoin over here. Where are we at? No Bitcoin? Can't do it? Not going to do it for me? No, it's not going to happen? All right. Let's do Ethereum. No. ETH? No. Am I doing this wrong? What's going on? ETH, BTC. Freaking eyes don't work. All right, so liquid index 0.22, right? Very little, but look at the market cap. All right, so you're talking about trading 0.22% of this total market cap, right? Your volume is 7,144 Bitcoin. So it's good. You have plenty of volume, right? So you just have to watch for what it is based off of the market cap, based off of the current volume, and then get an idea, are you up or down, right? So for 7,144 Bitcoins being traded on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair is 40% less than what it was 2 days ago. All right, so this current 24 hours, this is showing it's down 24% from that. Now in a 3-day average, it's actually up. This 7144 is up from a 3-day average, but it's down on a 7-day average 3%. And then we just threw in here the D1 and the live Fibbo move just to give you a overall basic idea on what's shaking across the board. Right? All right. So I hope that answered your question there. Bad Andy, what's up? Just made it. Glad to have you here. Paul, evening Chingas, did I miss your thoughts on BTC? Yeah, we do BTC as soon as the candle closes. And then we sort of just go into some other coins. Looks like BTC and ETH went sideways today. Yeah, it was a $2.50 candle on the daily, Paul. Really not much happening. No, thank you. 420, Mr. Pink. What's happening, man? Hey, Chingas, thank you so much for all the tools you put out recently with Trading Room. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you are very welcome. Trading Room, This is his baby. This is his thing. I've taken up the educational portion of it. Try to explain how it works. You know, that type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm on the team, so it's cool. I do appreciate that. I send all that feedback, of course, down the line. You are very welcome. Soren, thank you very much. 420, Mr. Pink, noticing falling wedges and RSI divergences. FET BTC, GNT BTC, and ZIL BTC. All right, well, let's take a look at FET, but I think FET is far too new to do anything with. Let's take a look. FET BTC, yeah, there's nothing we could do with this, unfortunately. You could call it a falling wedge, because it is, but there is nothing anyone in the world can chart with a couple days of history here. Here, I'll do this. This should make everybody feel better. This level you have to watch out for, and let's see. Might as well do that. That's going to be our low, and then we're gonna trade within this range until we don't. No, just kidding with you. No, there's not enough history to do anything with this. So patterns don't count, trends don't count. The only thing that may count is like a multi-day trend line. You could try to do something like that to get an idea, but there's no historical data to support anything. There's nothing. Right now you're in price discovery. Give it a few weeks to try to find a level that it likes to trade at. You could zoom in on like an hourly and sort of see like what, the kind of reactions this coin has to volume movement, volume swings, recent levels. Does it respect them? That type of thing. So, you came down here on this sharp level down here. Like, was it respected? You could pull up something like this and say, all right, well, did I have a reaction over here? And you stopped out this candle, but then you traded above and traded below, and you went sideways on it. So you could kind of call that a reaction, so to speak. But this is nice. Come back up, resistance, come back up, resistance, right? So now you've actually flipped it from support to resistance. So you could say, okay, this is a coin so far that does respect certain levels. And when you see that, then you get a better idea on how to trade it in the future. This level right here, same thing. Price came down, pushed back up, pushed up, found resistance. Bang, found resistance, same thing. So we could say, all right, that's cool. We have that to work on, but there's just, unfortunately, there's nothing to do with that right now, but that's all right. GNT probably does. So let's take a look at GNT BTC. That's not going to do it. GNT BTC Golem. Well, guess we're trading within range, aren't we? That's what it would look like. All right, so let's get into the daily here. Let's get a better idea. So this is a double range setup. This is trading from range, breaking down to make a new range to then push out of that range. So it's interesting, so to speak. This is, let's see, it's almost similar to a diamond pattern. It's kind of like a diamond bottom where you would do, let's say something like this, where you would have trading, 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 trading. All right, so like a diamond bottom, because we're at the bottom of the chart. So that's one way to look at that. You said falling wedge on RSI. I do not see that. I see a symmetrical triangle. So we have this. And we have this. Like so. This would give us a symmetrical triangle. You could play the breakout RSI. But I don't see... Oh, you said divergent. You said... What did you say? What did you say? We'll have to go back and check in a second. But that would be a symmetrical triangle RSI. You were looking for divergence. Let's see here. So we have a low and a low. All right. So do we have a lower low? Oh, okay. We do. We got a higher low. So this is okay. No divergence there. Let's see this high right here. This high pains this candle. So we have our high here, and then do we have a lower high over here? Yes. No, this is fine. This is all, everybody's happy. There's like a little equilibrium of happiness here. What I would say is we're still in this range, which is boring, and we're creeping into our higher range, which is cool. We do at least have enough data now where we can put a trend up and see what we're dealing with here. Oh God, don't do that. Take it off lock. So I just want to pull this out, something like that, and something like that. Okay, and then we could take this guy, and we'll do this. Something similar to this. Put this guy up top over here. And this guy more along like that. So kind of like a broadening wedge, you know, as trading gets higher and higher and higher. Now I ignore some of these wicks, especially on lower cap coins, as most of that trading is sort of garbage trading. But I look for an actual trend where it's respected or at least well liked by candle closes on a daily chart. All right, so that's what I see for this for right now. You are painting a bit of a symmetrical triangle. We could throw that on there. Or you do have, well, is it symmetrical or is it, yeah, it's more like an ascending wedge. All right, so something like this. Okay. Something to keep out for, you know, like a breakout play. But again, we're within range. Like, this isn't really, I'm waiting for me, personally. I need to get out of the range. I like to get out of the range, come back, retest it, and then start making these levels over here. Start targeting, you know, something in the ballpark of, you know, 50% gains, getting back to these higher levels, retesting those, testing these guys up here, and then seeing what we can't get accomplished before trying to work our way up to these much larger levels. All right, but for now we're within range. Everything's copacetic. Nothing crazy there. What do you got? ZIL BTC? Let's take a look. Okay, ZIL BTC. Yeah, we've been on this chart before. All right. So it's been a while since I opened this chart, so bear with me here. Let me get my footing back. Wow, this is back when I used white for global. Look at that. You guys are seeing like history. All right. Anyway, where is my zero line? All the way down here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's see, 236 target. All right, so these were explanations for breakout plays. If AB equals CD, then the move to D, if retraces to 382, would be close to 650 from around 530. All right. It's like little notes you leave yourself, like little Easter eggs. Try to figure out what you were even thinking back here. So breakout plays, this is cool. You know, you get a nice breakout play. You start doing this a little accumulation, but with a slow rise, right? And then you look for a breakout from up top or down below. You get the breakout from below and you sell. So those work out. All right, it looks like we came down. We did a little bit of a cup and handle. That actually worked out well. That's nice. All right, we can get rid of all of this. It's all garbage now. Let's see. Let's get rid of this over here. Let's get rid of these over here and over here and over here and over here. Jeez. Sorry. My bad. All right. Now, what are we looking at? Said RSI, right? So RSI, looking at the highs, right, for bearish divergence, we have a high, and then we have a lower high. All right, we have a high and then a lower high, so nothing going on there. That's okay. If you're looking at the much larger one, then we're looking at bullish divergence with a low. So let's see, a low and a higher low, or we have a low and a higher low. So that's fine too. Yeah, we're good. We are good. We are trading in a channel. Yeah, this big channel. We are trading in the channel. You hit the bottom, you find support. You hit the top, you find resistance. Sideways in between. Bottom again, support. Come up again for previous structure lows. Come back down. This is kind of like an Adam and Eve, if you're familiar with that pattern, except this would need to be on the bottom over here, right? It would need to bend a little deeper, but it's the same thought process, right? Ended up playing out really well, but I don't think I would have played that particular move. I would have called that a cup and handle. I would have taken the handle and would have taken that right there. Let's see, swing up, up, up. So this was a good little trend we had here until, you know, this happened. So whatever happened on January 28th set up selling to come all the way back down to this level over here. So this looks important. Let's take a look at bottom level to our top right here. And let's see what we pulled back to. It looks like we have pulled back to the 709 zone, previous structure. So Aqua's previous structure. This yellow is like some random line. What did I do here? Why is this here? I don't know. Oh, probably playing off these guys. That might have been it. It's a terrible line. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It doesn't need to be there. Okay, so you're looking at a big pullback. It found a lot of support over at the 618, but failed to maintain the 618. So now we're looking at, yeah, we broke that level. So now we're looking at coming down and testing our next level, 709. Didn't hold, held for a little bit, broke. Right now we're on previous structure over here on this aqua line. That's this right here. I'd imagine continuation down to the 786. That would make sense to me. And that would be target area if you're looking for some type of reversal on here. If not, then you can let it play out until it does like another big move into the next direction to see if we can hop on that train. But yeah, for me, this is quite a long move with quite a long retrace. To put any faith in that 786 holding, I would want some kind of backup. All right. Cool. So what do we got here? I'm the good girl now. How is Sis looking? Let's take a look at Sis. Glad I asked. Missed out on asking myself all related questions. I see how tight are your questions made the choice for you. Thanks. So you're painting a picture with all the data. Yes, yes, of course. Steam, next target 1242. Waiting for 88 to break out from weekly range, then I'll go all in. I want coins that move like Engine and Raven. Thank you for the analysis on those, Mr. Pink. You are very welcome. All right, well, let's take a look at, what did we say? Sys and Steam. Let's take a look at Sys, and let's take a look at Steam. And then at that point, I'll be saying sayonara for probably until, hopefully I'll be on tomorrow. I doubt I'll be on tonight. I got a lot to do. But I'm shooting the videos for the volume scanner tonight. Well, soon after this. So I'm going to get a tutorial video out. And then the next video will be discussing volume and all the beautiful and wonderful things volume can do. So those are on the way, but that does mean I can't stream, obviously, because I will be busy. But that's all right. So that candle is ridiculous, by the way. It's like a 4,000% candle, which doesn't make any sense and makes me have to really work in order to get the chart open. Okay, so Sys BTC. Here we go. We were looking at one time, this channel that we created, this big move up that failed, right? Big move, and then it was like, no, damn it, yes. All right, and then, of course, this candle went, like, I'm pretty sure it's a candle. Last time I charted this, I had to go to Finex, right, in order, well, let's try that. Says BTC. Let's check the Trex chart. See if I left a chart there. I did. Okay. Yeah, you can't chart with those things. All right. So anyway, here's what we're looking at. Downward move. Right. Push down here. This was probably our yearly. Yeah, that was probably our yearly low. Yeah, for sure. Was it? No, it wasn't the yearly low. It was our local low. Look at the W bottom. You see the big W bottom? Awesome. W bottom's good. Come back in for a nice solid move. Did nothing but sideways after that, so very boring play. Now we are starting to creep up onto 382. All right, down from this big move here. Found support at the 5, 382 trading. Okay, so again, for me, this is what I'm looking for, right? I want to see us break out of this level. I don't want to see another failure play. So I don't want to take the trade, right, and get stopped out right at the top of range, because then I'm going to kick myself for taking a range trade and longing resistance. It just doesn't make sense. So I can let this ride out and monitor it when we get into the 1643. Oh, wait. Somebody had a target on. Oh, that's on Steam. Okay. When we get to Steam, remind me, which you're not going to be able to. So I'll have to remind myself to take a look at that target. But anyway, so yeah, coming out of range, good push up. That's real nice. Definitely got my attention. This is good. Come back down here. The overall play, finding support on the 5 and the 382, both awesome. Right. Tap down the 236. This is all good. Right. All good. But it's not good enough, because we did the same thing right here. Okay? We had a big smash move up, worked our way all the way, trying to get there, and failed before we ever even got there, which would have left everybody with targets up here to sell with, coins in their pockets, and that's no way to treat a coin unless you are long-term holding. So, for traders, we don't want to do that. But we will monitor this, and we'll keep an eye on it. We would be looking at, potential gains, which would be fantastic, riding into, these levels over here, eventually, right? So ballpark levels over here, 38.58, coming back up, retesting these levels here, these highs, for sure, just not today. But, maybe soon we'll see how the market behaves. But we do want to push this. I need to see some kind of resistance over here. All right, Steam. Steam, cup and handle. Very nice. Okay, so where did we leave this? We left it with a cup and handle on the daily chart on a large broadening wedge pattern. That's interesting. Did we get our retrace? We sure did. Look at this. So this was, not only was a previous structure, bang, 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 but it was also the 5 of the cup and handle. So midway support, very nice. We are looking for this. Did you say 12 something? Hold on. Next target 1242? Dear Lord, man. 1242. 1242, 1242, 1242, 1240. Right here? Oh, you're playing the structure high? That's fine. Yeah, you could pull profits there if you want. That would be this right here. All right, 1242 if you want to pull. So if you want to pull structure profits, then yes, as soon as you cross over a previous higher high, then you think you have confidence to break it, you could pull profits there. Look for some type of small retest on like the hourly, buy back in a little lower, and then continue on the trend. That certainly is an option. For me, the target zone here is just about always the same. 382 to a 618, especially on a cup and handle. We just talked about this. We talk about our shallow, our mid, and our deep pullbacks on the handle. This ended up hitting the 5, so mid-level, but we pointed this out when we charted it because this was previous structure. So we came up, we made a high, came down, tested it again, double rejection, pushed back down, finally pushed up, and now that we're coming back, you expect to come back and retest that, and that's exactly what we did. So the entry on this really would have been 957, but within that range. Now we can expect this right here, this level, this 32% push up is the bottom to top of the move, which is that right there. Okay, so bottom to top on the move down at that level was 47%. Just push that up, and this is what we're looking for once we cross over our cup line. Right side of the cup, smash, bang. This is our target. So our target is 1513. That's what we're looking for. All right. And you can front run that, 11 ways from Saturday. And you can monitor it the whole way and keep eyeing pullbacks. But this is the overall target. I don't see anything that's showing me otherwise. You have to be somewhat careful about crossing into the 70. At least we did already make a higher high. So there is confidence here. Boink. So that's good. It's not a swing failure, so we're cool on that. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. That's our steam play. All right. Cool. Very nice. All right. So let's see. Steam. Waiting for ADA. Thank you for the announce. Thanks a million. Wow, 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 and thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. It's definitely something I look forward to if and when I can make it. And it's just awesome. It's awesome to have some people here. Talk over some charts. Talk a little crypto. Do a little analysis, that type of thing. So it's really awesome. Really do appreciate it. Again, 99 out of 100 I won't be on tonight. I'm pretty busy. And tomorrow is just a total crapshoot. So we'll see what happens. So until then, I want to see you guys on the exchanges, making some good trades, and happy trading.